Up next on Valley News Live at 10, another shooting in the metro. This time, at least one person was hit.
Not long from now, Fargo's mask mandate is set to expire.
Plus, streets closed in downtown Fargo as a fire consumes the former Mid-America Steel building. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
We begin with breaking news. For the third time in less than 24 hours, a shooting takes place in the FM area. The most recent tonight, where at least one person was shot in the area of 9th Street West and Parkway Drive in West Fargo.
Now, residents in that area were first told to shelter in place around 7 o'clock tonight. That has since been lifted. Let's go live to Valley News Team's Nishay Taylor. She joins us now. Nishay, what do we know?
Guys, so far what we know is same information as earlier. I'm sorry I'm not in front of the camera here. I'm having technical difficulties, but as you can see, there's still a police vehicle in the area. Most of the vehicles have already made their way out of the area. They pretty much are wrapping up at this point. Again, you know, the incident happened around 7 earlier today, and again, no authorities say they have not apprehended a suspect at this time, but they are investigating all leads. One of the questions I asked earlier today to the police chief, I asked him, did this incident have anything to do with the shooting from yesterday? He said it's way too soon to tell. Also, they are asking anyone if they know any information to pretty much send all the information to West Fargo Police. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Nishay, thank you. This is the second shooting in West Fargo in as many days. Just before 9 last night, a juvenile was shot in the 1500 block of 11th Avenue East. Police say the juvenile was not the intended target of that shooting. Someone else at the property was targeted due to some sort of argument that happened earlier in the day. Tonight, the victim is in stable condition.
We are also continuing to follow a tragic story out of Moorhead. There, a 6-year-old boy was shot and killed last night. It happened around 8 in the 400 block of Sunrise Circle, where several children were home alone. They found a gun before the trigger was pulled.
Somebody saying that some little kids told the caller that a little kid had been shot. We were hearing reports that possibly the children were playing with it, thought it wasn't a real gun.
Now, police are not releasing names, ages, or the relationships of the other children involved in the incident. And at this time, it's still not clear who was supposed to be responsible for the children. Police are continuing to investigate. We have more breaking news for you now, and it comes from downtown Fargo. Smoke is spread out for several blocks in the downtown area at this hour. That fire continues to pour from the former Mid-America Steel plant in the 100 block of NP Avenue. That's near the Red River. This is a 3-alarm fire. Authorities tell us the fire is still burning inside. A deputy fire marshal told us earlier there was no initial reports of any injuries, and at this point, no word on the cause. Now, several streets are closed, including 2nd Street North from Main Avenue to 1st Avenue North and NP from 3rd Street to Moorhead. The fire started around 7:30. There's a crew on the scene, and we'll have the very latest for you on this developing story.
Meanwhile, the mask mandate for the city of Fargo will expire in less than 2 hours. Fargo City Commissioners voted 3-2 to end the citywide mask mandate at midnight. Before that vote, there was some talk about extending the mandate.
I'm hearing from people on all sides. I'm sure you all are too. There's businesses, however, who would really appreciate us continuing a little further so that it's not all on their shoulders.
West Fargo's mask strategy also expires tonight. Grand Forks allowed the mask mandate to expire on March 8th, citing 14 consecutive days in the green or low-risk category.
City leaders in Fargo also tonight said yes to a bias crime ordinance. City Commissioner Arlette Preston says violators could be fined up to $1,500 and spend 30 days in jail. She says an ordinance would be an attempt to protect our residents, which Commissioner John Strand says is necessary.
We're going to find out North Dakota is one of the worst states in the country for protecting people at risk. We're going to find out we're one of the few states in the country without any protections in place. We're going to find out that North Dakota's mindset is, well, let's just treat all people well. I'm in favor of enumerating and spelling out the at-risk categories of people because I think that that's required of us to step up what we're delivering.
The city will now seek an opinion from the North Dakota Attorney General on the ordinance's legality. A similar proposal was defeated recently by the state legislature. Now, if you want to report an issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The number's on your screen, 701-237-6576. Call that number, leave your tip, and we'll do our best to get to the bottom of it.
Right now, it's a scene of chaos at a Colorado supermarket. Authorities have swarmed in on the store in Boulder, responding to reports of an active shooter. Here's the latest.
They're just like bang, 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 and I immediately sprinted over to her and was like, hey, we gotta get out of here.
Witnesses describing shots ringing out inside the King's Supers supermarket in Boulder, Colorado, Monday afternoon.
I just went in for a soda and some chips and kind of changed my directions and heard, one loud bang. Thought somebody just dropped something, an employee or something, and then another. And then by the third one, everybody was running.
Multiple gunshots for sure. And then that's when I knew something was really going on. And so I just dropped what I was doing and just ran to the back of the store and left from the loading dock area.
A man whose family was inside the store says they hid in a closet for an hour.
They were texting, hiding in the coat closet, turned their phone off, and we're hiding, we're okay, Don't call, the phone would ring and give away their position.
Boulder's mayor took to Twitter writing, "Words can do no justice to the tragedy that has unfolded this afternoon." Governor Jared Polis also reacting to the reports, tweeting, "My prayers are with our fellow Coloradans in this time of sadness and grief as we learn more about the extent of the tragedy." I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Now, multiple people are dead in that shooting, including one police officer. One person is in custody.
Another juror has been seated in the murder trial surrounding George Floyd's death. However, the judge in that case today says he will continue jury selection tomorrow. He wants an extra juror in the trial of Derek Chauvin because of all the pre-trial publicity. Of the 14 jurors, there are 9 women and 5 men. They range in age from 20s to a grandmother in her 60s.
Huge spring break crowds in Miami this weekend made national news. And now the mayor of Miami has implemented a COVID curfew to gain control. Many people from our neck of the woods are flocking to Florida for their own trips. Liz Collin talked to one spring breaker and has some safety advice from a travel consultant.
Some sunshine, some beach time.
The trip to Fort Myers, Florida has been in the works for months.
We're leaving Friday for spring break. I have a senior in high school who has definitely given up a lot in the last year.
Angie Wright of Woodbury and another mom will be flying with 5 high school seniors, still with COVID precautions, a part of the travel plan.
The nice thing about having an Airbnb is that we can have some of our own time in our own place, not as exposed to other people as well.
We were pretty cautious.
Our Tampa affiliate talked to 2 Minnesotans this past weekend, visiting some busy beaches.
We ended up double masking on the plane and stuff and tried not to touch too much. We brought our hand sanitizer and everything.
Within the U.S., Florida is the #1 that people are requesting.
As an A1 travel consultant, Monique Delve has booked more vacations in this country this spring break after the U.S. mandated a negative COVID test to be able to get back in. Delph believes looser restrictions in Florida are also playing a role, but that what happened around South Beach shouldn't deter your plans for a change of scenery, as long as you keep safety in mind.
I would say if you're not in college, stay away from Miami. But I don't think that means you have to take the whole state off the map.
And the girls mentioned how they would love to Miami Beach, and the moms squashed it right away. So we see progress, and we're going to try to celebrate where we can.
Delph says travel insurance is more popular now than ever before. She recommends vacationers protect their investments as travel plans could continue to change for months to come. To stay on top of the latest COVID vaccine-related information, use our VNL vaccine tracker. It's right on the homepage of our website, or you can open your phone camera right now and point it at the QR code on your screen. Then tap the link that pops up.
Still ahead tonight, meet a high school student who says his future is definitely up in the air.
If you've been missing the rain and snow, it's on its way back for some of us. Hutch is in the next 2 minutes, really, with details on when and who will see the next round of precipitation.